Test 1 2 1 2. Yeah, I think we live. We are live. All right, listen, y'all. We're gonna be talking about how to monetize with your pods, how to monetize with your events, how to monetize with your content. You guys could definitely call in if you want. You could leave comments. You can ask questions. Whatever I can do to help you guys while we are live. This is what today's live stream is all about. I see a couple people in the chat. What's going on? How y'all feeling? Good to see y'all. Excited to have you guys here. Let me see really quick. Okay. Okay. All right, bet. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a link right here. I'm gonna add a link to the community. You guys can feel free to join our community if you want at any time during the live stream. There we go. All right, listen, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna fire out some questions. We're gonna be talking about a couple of questions literally while we are on a live stream. I'm gonna be going over some of the reasons why I feel like I'm gonna go over some misnomers essentially. All right. Now the first one essentially is gonna be I heard recently that people were saying that events are hard to make money. Events are hard to make money. And it's not true. It's not true at all. So I definitely want to debunk that. I got a whole list of questions on the event side, on the podcast side. Again, you guys could definitely feel free to tap in, ask questions, drop them in the chat, whatever you want to do, or call in if you want to call in. And let's go with the first one. All right. So the first one is this: events don't make money. All right. So I have a client right now. Okay, and my client right now, he has an event coming up, and the event coming up is in about 4 weeks. Okay, it's in about 4 weeks. Now, a lot of people look at ticket sales. Okay. They're like, oh, I got to sell X amount of tickets. I got to got to get these ticket sales because this is how I'm going to make money. And if you're basing your event on ticket sales, if that's the number one metric that you are tracking, then it's going to be incorrect. You're going to end up being distracted by this particular metric, but then at the same time, you're not going to be focused on like the main thing that you need to do in terms of making money with your event. All right. So the first thing is going to be with event design. So the event design has to be fire, right? The event design has to be fire. And I'm not talking about your aesthetics. Okay. I'm not talking about the aesthetics for the event. I don't care what the event looks like personally. I mean, that's up to you guys. If you want the event to look a certain way, that's completely up to you. I don't have no bearing on what the event looks like. It's literally up to you. If you want the event to aesthetically look this way or look that way or whatever, that's fine. Excuse me. You could definitely do that. But what I'm gonna say to you is this: you want to keep the cost down as low as possible for production while having the look that you want. I'm gonna say that again. You want to keep the cost down as low as possible by having the look that you want. All right. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I want to see if I can. Yeah, I might have to use my other phone. Pin this in chat. All right. So right now, it's how we make money with events. Right now, okay. So we want to keep the price down as low as possible by establishing the look that we want. Because if we do that, then we know off top that guess what? We're going to be entering this event as lean as possible, right? As lean as possible. And that's what we want. We want to keep it as lean as possible. Oh, okay, cool. I see some guys in the comments. How y'all feeling? Definitely leave a comment below if you want, ask some questions, or feel free to call in. All right, so look, how can you get your space for free? How do you get a venue for free? Well, there's a couple different ways that you can get your venue for free. All right. Now, looking at it this way, I'll give you like a couple of ideas on where you can get your venue for free. And by the way, if you're just joining the live, I appreciate you guys for tapping in. Right now, we're talking about how you can monetize events, and at the same time, I am debunking a lot of theories out there as to why you can't make money with events. Okay. All right. So number one, you want to keep the price down as lean as possible. We talked about that. So how do we get a venue for free? How do we get a venue essentially for the low? All right. So number one, do you live in a residential building, or do you know somebody that lives in a luxury residential building? All right. If the answer to that question is yes, then that's the first place that you want to look. Why? Because a luxury residential building is going to have that aesthetic. All right. It's gonna have that aesthetic. It's gonna have that aesthetic. It's gonna look the way you want it to look. And the space is gonna be clean. It's gonna be free. All right. So number one, you want to make sure that what? Guess what? I want to go preview the venue. I live in a nice luxury building, or a friend of mine lives in a nice luxury building. Is this space? Does it have everything I want? What do we want it to have? Well, does it have a screen? Right? Does it have speakers? Can we plug into the AV? Is that possible? Can we plug into the AV? Well, if the answer to that is yes, we can plug into the AV, guess what? We got a nice spot. But what if you don't have a luxury residential building, or have a friend that has a luxury residential building? That's fine. Where else could we go? Again, we want to get a space for the low, okay? As little as possible. Another idea is, what about a content studio? Now, the thing about a content studio is this. They may want to get paid, but there's definitely days and or times where they're not busy. So you can say, hey, listen, can I get this space for free? What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring about 50, 60 people in here. So these are going to be people that you can market to, that's going to be exposed to your space. I'm just going to use the space on an off day or some off hours. And, could we just trade that? I'm going to trade exposure to your space so you can market to these group of new people, and then we're just going to use it. That's another option. Third option, libraries. Libraries is cool. Now, the only thing about a library, you just got to make sure that, they may have a room that you guys can actually, speak in, okay? Because sometimes, obviously, libraries want you to be quiet, but again, they may have another additional room that you can take advantage of. Also, theater rooms. Again, back to the residential buildings. Now, residential buildings sometimes have theater rooms, and sometimes they have club rooms. So you can look at the club room, you can look at the theater room. Both of those are options. All right. Number four, lounges and restaurants. Okay, lounges and restaurants. What's good about the lounges and restaurants? Well, again, lounges and restaurants always have off days and off hours. Again, find one that has the aesthetic that you want, and find one that has the capacity that you want. Those are really great for what you want to do, because they're going to have a Thursday that don't get busy, maybe a Wednesday that doesn't get busy, and you could take advantage of it. Like, for instance, I would say I moved from Boston 2019. So let's say 2017, 2018, I was able to get a room, like a lounge room, like a bar room at the W Boston, and I was able to get the space for free. And then weekly, I wouldn't call myself a club promoter, but I literally did a live, event where people could come, dance, network, chill, whatever. And we had a DJ, and they let me do it from like 6 to 10 or 7 to 10 every single Friday. And I got it for free because guess what? They wasn't using the space anyway. So it was very easy for me to get access to the space, bring them a bunch of people that would now probably never be at this hotel at this time, get exposure to the hotel, buy food, buy drinks. And then I was able to get, I charged on the front end. So, I got the ticket sales for that particular event. But the good exchange was they took advantage of getting access to the bar sales. And I was fine with that. I think I may have taken a small rev share off the bar. I don't remember exactly, but I definitely remember I got all the ticket sales money on that particular strategy. Like, I was able to take advantage of it. So that's number one. That's number 4. Now, the last place that I would say that you can get an event space for the low, and this one's going to cost you a little bit, and that's PRST and Airbnb. You can rent out an Airbnb. You can rent out a PRST. What is an Airbnb? Airbnb is going to be a residential apartment. It's going to be, a whole house. It can be, a back house. It could be in a whole property, apartment, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, 1-bedroom, whatever space you need. You can do that, or you could do a PRST. What's a PRST? This PRST is going to be more of like commercial. Same thing as Airbnb, but it's going to be more commercial. Okay, so that might be, again, content studio. It could be a photography studio, a podcast space. It could be a workspace. And another great idea, and these spaces are free if you are a member, and that is like a WeWork. Okay, so like WeWorks are great. And then every city has their version of WeWorks. Like in Miami, we got this spot called Spaces. And then they got a couple of solo ones as well that are not like necessarily corporate. They might just be owned by 1 or 2 people. But you see what we're saying? We're getting the venue for free or for the low. So that's going to handle the majority of your cost. Okay, that's going to keep your cost down as low as possible. All right. So that's going to be number 1. The second thing is, if you're picking a space, you want to make sure that space comes with what you need so you don't have to go out and get a bunch of stuff. All right? It's going to have enough tables. It's going to have enough chairs, okay? It's going to have enough room in it so you don't have to worry about what? You don't have to worry about going out and renting other things so you can bring it. Again, we want to keep the cost down as low as possible. All right? Now, what else do you need for your event? Well, you might need notebooks. I do recommend notebooks. I recommend pens. I recommend having a videographer. Now, if the space that you're getting, like this is something that's like Bible for me, I make sure for sure the spaces that I am renting for my events already have audio visual and potentially come with an engineer. All right, so that's kind of like a given. But I will spend money on getting an additional shooter to come in because I want that additional shooter to what? I want them to be able to capture what I like to call accessory content. This is going to be the B-roll, the behind the scenes, the mic up random talks, getting testimonials, all things like that. I like to make sure that we have somebody that's getting that type of content, right? Getting that type of content, all right? So far, what do we got? We got the venue. We have everything we need as far as equipment is concerned. Right, we got the main shooter, we got the accessory shooter. Okay, what else do we need? We might need food. Okay, now depending on how your event is structured, you might have a need for breakfast. Could just be coffee, water, some fruit. You might find a need for lunch, which I think is also important. It all really just depends on your event strategy, like what are you looking to do? But I definitely recommend some coffee, some water, definitely some fruit. You can probably do some bagels. The breakfast you can keep pretty much light. Lunch you want to make sure you got decent spread on the lunch. Right, you definitely want to have a decent spread on that lunch. All right. And again, make sure I wouldn't do sandwiches. Sandwiches ain't it. I would get some catering. So you might spend about $1,000 on food, anywhere from 700 to 1,000, depending on what you're getting and how many people that you have. That should be adequate. Now, if you do catering, generally they're gonna come with the big plates, so you should be able to feed anywhere from, like, I would say 60 to 80 people plus minus. And that's pretty much all your costs at that point. That's all your hard costs for the event. All right, now I like to do all my events, and these are also for my clients. But I like to do our events where we're walking into the event profitable. So if we could walk into the event profitable, I feel good about that. Like mission accomplished, because I know that there's gonna be more ways for us to generate revenue at that event, because I'm doing my event math. So if I got 60 people in the event, I know that I'm going to close about 12 of them, which is about 20%. And if I have a $1,000 offer, that's $12,000. If I have $2,000 offer, that's $2,000 offer, that's $24,000. If I have a $3K, that's $36,000. This is why I love events. But I want to walk into the event with my costs covered. I'm in the green, or I'm yellow. So yellow is obviously I broke even. I do not want to walk into the event in a red. I want to keep that as let me move this out the way. I want to keep that as minimal as possible. All right? I want to keep that as minimal as possible. 100%. 100%. And this is how you want to think when you're like, okay, how am I going to make sure this event is profitable, and how am I going to make sure that I'm not walking into the event with a huge financial overhead? And again, it's literally all in the event design. So let's say all of that is true so far, okay? You have your venue, you have everything that you need for the event. It's all included. And then your budget so far might be somewhere between, like, I don't know, let's say $4,000 and under. Again, if you're doing a free event, you're probably not going to spend that. So don't even worry about it. And there's way we can keep the pricing even lower than that. But let's say you're in it for $4,000. Okay. So we want to plan to have about 50 people, 60 people at your event. We'll talk about marketing in a bit. 50 people, 60 people at your event. Now, if we got 50 people or 60 people at your event, you're going to ROI. You're 100% going to catch an ROI. But again, it's going to be in the event design. All right. How else can we go into this event in the green, making sure that we are ROI positive even before we walk into the doors? Okay, so the most valuable thing that you have at your event is going to be your stage. The stage is definitely one of the most valuable things. Why is this valuable? Because everyone in your industry, or people that know of you that are entrepreneurs or business owners, guess what they want to do? They want to speak on your stage. All right? They want to speak on your stage. They want to speak on your stage. Okay, cool. So we're not just going to be giving the stage away for free. Nah. Oh, Scout, what's good, bro? I just seen the Scout fragrance. I'm in Miami. Mr. Go Get It. What's up, bro? So your stage is the most valuable thing. So with your stage being so valuable, most people will just give the stage away. What does that mean? Well, hey, listen, you're doing the event. You mind if I speak? You're doing an event. Hey, I need speakers. You're doing an event. Hey, guess what? I can bring value. No. There's two things that you guys need to do. Number one, don't give your stage away. Okay? Don't give your stage away. Don't do it. No one can bring value to your event unless that value is going to equate into something that's valuable for your event. Because when most people say they're going to bring value, their value is equated to what they think is valuable for them and not necessarily you. So if you're going to have somebody speak at your event, you have to make sure that, okay, they're going to be speaking at my event. Is what they're speaking about, is that going to add to or take away to what we got going on? Is that adding to or taking away to what we have going on? Because if it's not adding to and then obviously making dollars, then it's a distraction. I wouldn't let them speak on my event. All right. So how do we maximize that? Okay. Well, number one, if they want to speak at your event, charge them for the stage. If they want to speak at your event, charge them for the stage, okay? Charge them for the stage. If they want to speak at your event, charge them for the stage. Now, they might be like, oh, nah, it's cool. I'm all right. I'm good. I don't want nah, it's cool, bro. I just wanted to bring some value. You're the value. What you don't need their extra value. You done put the whole event together. What extra value do they got that you need? All right. So that's just a smoke screen. So I would just not even worry about that. All right. Now, if they want to speak at your event and they do not want to pay for whatever reason, that's fine. Okay. No problem there. What you need to say with them is, hey, listen. My stage is a $3,000 stage. So if you want to speak at my event, it's either $3,000 and it's going to come with A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You can give them access to the content, pictures, BTS, whatever. Or they can what? They can sell tickets, okay? Now, I honestly would prefer that they don't pay me, that they sell tickets, and then they get anywhere from 50 to 75% of the ticket sales. Because I don't necessarily care about the ticket sales. I want the bodies. The more bodies at your event, the more money you're going to make. Now, the other thing that you need to know is what? They cannot pitch, especially not for $3,000, okay? Now, if they want to give something away, that's fine. But they cannot pitch at your event for $3K, because if they pitch at your event, that's potentially taking money away from you. And that's not what we want to do here. We want to maximize on monetization. Okay? Now, if you don't want them to speak, as like a main part of your event, there's another option you have for you. Or if you're getting multiple inquiries to speak, then guess what? We do a panel, okay? And you charge them to speak at the panel. So how do we do this? How do we do this? All right? So what we do is this. Let's say you got 3 people that want to speak at your event. Let's say there's all 3 different categories, because you definitely don't, in fact, want the same people in terms of business categories speaking at your event. You want different people. All right? So let's say you got somebody in real estate, you got somebody in business funding, let's say you got somebody in taxes. Okay? Now, they all want to speak at your event. But if they all speaking, that's about 30, 60, 90 minutes, or 45 times 3, an hour 15, or whatever the case is, right? That's too much time, okay? That's taken away from you. So we don't want that to happen. So then what we do as an option is we do what? We put them on a panel, okay? And now they pay $3K each to speak on a panel. $3K each to speak on a panel. So now you went from 3,000 to 6,000 to 9,000, or they each get 30 people to come. They each sell 30 tickets. So that's 90 additional people. Now I'm going to tell you like this. If you're already set to have 50 people at your event off your hard work, 3 people want to speak at your event, they will like to grace your stage. They're either going to pay you $3,000 each, which is $9,000, which you can then take and put into marketing so you can go get more people, or you give each of them, hey, listen, you can speak for free on a panel, sell 30 tickets. 30, 60, 90 additional people plus your 50. Now you got 140 people at your event. And they're happy because they made $15,000, $2,000. So now they got paid to speak at your event. So they're cool. Right? They just can't pitch. So either you moderate it or you hire someone to moderate it, and you can get someone to moderate it for free because you can get a podcaster or somebody like that that's local to moderate the pod. To moderate the panel. Okay, now we're in the green. You paid $4,000 for production to put your event together. You just made $9,000 from your panel. So you're up $5K before the event even starts. And this is how I like to engineer events. Okay? So now you're already walking in ROI positive. You're walking in ROI positive. You're already in great shape. You're in great shape. You are in great shape right here. Okay. How do we make more money though? How do we even make more money? You got to have an offer. You have to have an offer, okay? You got to have an offer. How do we do that? All right. So let's say you are in let's say you're in the trust space. Like, you help people put trust together, okay? I help people put trust together. So they need a trust for their family. This is what I do. No problem. Okay, cool. So let's say you're going to guarantee, hey, I'm going to put your trust together. I'm going to mentor you for 2 months, live Q&A. We're going to get you your trust established, structured, and make sure that, we're able to get all your documentation put together, and I'm going to give you 2 months of support, the mentorship. Right? What do we do with that? Well, let's say that package is $3,000. I'm just trying to show y'all how to make money with events here. Let's say that package is $3,000, okay? That's a $3K package. All right, it's a $3K package. Okay, cool. You got 90 people at your event. You're already up $5,000. You're going to close 20% out of room at minimum. That's 18 people. Okay? That's 18 people. Now, let's just do some math. 18 people times $3,000, that's $54,000. You just made $59,000 from your event with a $4,000 budget. With a $4,000 budget. And this is why I love events. This is literally why I love events. All right. So we just debunked why events are expensive. We just debunked how you walk into the event in the red. And we gave clarity around how you should leave the event up. And that's not even it, because if you have if you got 90 people in there, you close 20%. Yeah, that's still what? That's still about 62 people. Yeah, that's still 62 people that we then put our follow-up strategy on and we close. And that's just one event, one day. You made multi-six figures. You're in a really great space right now. In a really great space at the moment. And this is somebody that just wanted to put an event on for his clients to expose them more to the trust industry, give them more trust, and at the same time, convert more sales. So this is why we do small, impactful events. This is why small, impactful events are so valuable. Okay? This is why small, impactful events are so valuable. All right. If you guys have any questions, definitely drop your questions in the chat. Feel free to call in 305-848-7377. 305-848-7377. This is Brendan Boyd, and right now we're chatting about podcast monetization, event monetization, anything around that area that you guys may have any questions about. Feel free to ask, inquire, chime in on that subject. All right. 305-848-7377. 305-848-7377. All right. I got a couple of people that shot me a text. So I'm gonna see. Let me see if they wanna pull up. If they wanna pull up. All right. So if anyone has any questions, if anyone's literally dealing with a situation right now where they're planning an event, they want to monetize their pod, definitely call in. This is a great time to do so. And I would definitely love to connect with some people and literally just answer some questions in real time. Just answer some questions in literally real time. Okay. All right, here we go. I bet. Okay, so next thing. So earlier I got a call from a client, potential client, and he was talking about what? He was talking about he launched an agency, and on his agency, what he does is he basically produces podcasts, okay? He produces podcasts, and he generates his sales. He's been generating his sales via word of mouth and referrals. So he asked me a couple of questions, and I'll share them with you guys about how we can get to 10K a month. So the first thing he says, he's producing 4 shows, and he wants to double the clientele. And he was wondering how we can do it, right? So basically right now, again, he's a podcast producer. He produces a couple shows. So a couple of questions I asked him off the rip was, how is he currently monetizing? So he broke it down. Second thing I asked him is, how is he currently getting clients? And then third thing I asked him is, why is his page private if he's a business owner? All right, so he said he's currently getting clients via word of mouth and referrals. So I said, that's not going to work if you're looking to scale business, because you can't have a business that's just based off word of mouth and referrals and you're looking to make more money, because you're not even in control of your lead flow. And that's one of the great things about having a show like this, because you guys could call in, you can chat in, I can answer your questions live. And, if you guys want to work with me, we can take care of that literally live, okay? So this is a lead generation strategy. Okay, number 2. I said to him, why is this page private? You're on social media. That's how you found me. So why is your page private? You're a business owner. He says, you know what? What I'm going to do is I use this for my personal brand, to share my, my personal memories and stuff like that. I said, okay, that's cool. If that's the case, though, then what are we going to need to do? We're going to need to what? We're going to need to start another page and put our family over there, or keep our family right here, and then what? Put the business over there. One or the other. We gotta do one or the other. Which one do you want to do? We gotta choose one. Whichever one it is. Hold on one second. All right. Now, I said to him, I said, okay, cool. Well, what are your offers? So he broke his offers down to me, and he says, he does custom. So I said, guess what? We can't scale custom, brother. Every offer you have can't be custom to your client. We can't scale custom. What we need to do is we need to scale fixed. So you need to have a small price point, small package, your core package, which is your medium package, and then your premium package, which is what? This is going to be your higher ticket package. All right? And then most of your money is most likely going to be generated from that core offer or that premium offer. But we can't be doing custom, especially when we're just starting out, because you don't even know what you're selling because you're selling different things to different people, and that's not going to work. We can't do that. We can't get no money like that. If you guys are watching live and you want to call in, feel free, 305-848-7377, or you can just ask some questions in the chat. Whichever one works for you guys. It's fine with me. Right now, we're talking about how to scale your events and also how to make money in the space. All right? Either one works for me. Either one works for me. Let me see. Okay. Let me get back to the notes. All right, so the next thing. He said, I'm at 5K right now. I want to double it. I want to go to 10K. All right, cool. So I said to him, hey, all right. The first thing that you need to do is we got to fix the pricing. We got to define your actual offers. So what's going to be your low ticket? What's going to be your core product? What's going to be your premium product, right? You got 3 variations of the same offer. I'll give you an example. Let's say I go to a restaurant. Hold on one second. We getting a call right now. We're getting a call. Hello. Can you hear me? All right, hold on one second. Got to make sure that people can hear you out here. Can you hear me? All right, let me see if they can hear you. Turn the volume over here. All right, speak again. Nah, hold on, I got to fix this. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let's fix this real quick. Hey, what's going on? Who am I speaking with? Who am I speaking with?
Big Body Bishop in the building, B.
Hey, what's going on, Big Body Bishop? Where in the world are you?
I'm everywhere, B, but right now I'm in Miami.
Okay, cool. So, what's up? You called it to chitty chat, or you called because you got a question that we need to answer? Which one?
Well, there's never a chance of chitty chat, you know what I'm saying? But I just it's a couple things. Number one,
Yeah.
My guy Brendan Boyd, my mentor, you know what I'm saying? He always be pouring into me, so I just wanted to call in and give you your flowers, B, for everything that you've done for me. You know what I'm saying? But then I also want to take those flowers back.
Oh,
because,
you called the glaze. You called the glaze. You glazing right now. All right.
Nah, but I'm taking the flowers away because there's a new sheriff in town.
Oh man, here we go.
You know what I'm saying? So as the audience will know, right?
Here
we got
go.
this little challenge that we got going on, right?
Yeah, that you're currently losing.
Now, well, no. See, here's the thing, though, B. I just want to let you know, man, that the mentee has become the mentor, B.
Okay, let's hear it.
You know what I mean? So you may be winning the battle, but I'm gonna win the war.
Allegedly.
You know what I'm saying? So just wanted to say that, B. You know what I mean? Just you know what I mean? Because it's Big Body Bishop over here. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
So just give me some elbow room.
All I hear is a lot of y'all means, and you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I just hear a lot of y'all means, and you know what I'm saying. So earlier today, we were chatting about monetizing events. I've been seeing a lot of comments. People have been talking about how, you know, events are expensive and you don't make a lot of money on events. So I was kind of debunking of some of these claims and explaining to people how they could literally walk into an event net positive before someone even takes the stage, and then it's literally all in the event design. And most people ignore event design.
Yeah, I mean, even past the sponsorship and all that, it's all about what you offering.
Yeah, 100%. If you guys get a sponsor, that's great. And like, you know, that's something that we could talk about, but I would say that's bonus, right? But if you get a sponsor, that's great. You got to think about how do you do an event with a slim budget. All right? Like let's work backwards. So if you want to make 10 grand on your event, okay, cool. Let's work backwards. Do you have an offer? How much is your offer? Okay, my offer is $3K. All right. Okay, cool. So basically, you need to help 3 people at your event. So if you got a 20% conversion rate, you want to help 3 people. We need you to have at least, I'd say, 40 to 50 people at that event. You can easily do that.
Can you get those people in the room strictly off of organic, or do we have to run ads?
Nah, man, nah. Yo, I'll be transparent. The majority of the people that came to the first 4 legs of Podcast of Castro were all organic.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Ads at the PTC tour did not start clicking until month 4. Right? And there's definitely certain strategies that I use to bring people in. Let me see if I can add another person in. Give me 1 second. This would be lit if I can. 1 second. Hey, listen, we got a full house on the call. Who's calling in right now? Can y'all hear me? Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. 1 second. There we go. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So who's calling in?
It's David Power Talk, brother. How you feel?
We got David Power Talk. Bishop, is you still here? You still on the line?
Yeah, I'm here, man. I'm gonna have to move out the way now.
Yo, listen. I'm gonna let y'all know this is the littest show. We got 2 people calling in on the line right now. This is amazing. This is amazing. So we got David Power Talk. David, are you stable or are you driving?
I'm driving, but I got the medals on, so I'm good.
That's crazy. So David Power Talk driving, Bishop stationary. So we were just talking about how to monetize events. Bishop threw a question out there. I gave him a little. I started to give him an answer, but since you're here and you joining us, definitely want to hear your insight as well. So he asked, if you're doing the event and you're thinking about having about, let's say, 50, 60 people at your event, is it possible to get all of those people in there on organic, or do you need to spend money on ads? So what I said to him was, it is 100% possible to get 50, 60 people in there organically.
Right.
And you don't necessarily have to run ads, but you can, obviously. So what's your take on getting about 50 to 60 people there with no ad spend?
I think it's definitely doable. It's a lot of groundwork, going live every day, a lot of networking, a lot of follow-ups, especially if you already kind of got a community already. One play that I did when I first started doing my events, if I had, like, let's say 3 other speakers coming to speak, I would leverage their audience and their people, and I would say, hey, bring 5 of your people in there. Because now, if you give them 5 complimentary tickets, 5 of their people come in supporting them, you can might close 2 of them to help monetize and make money in your event. So if you got, let's say, 3 speakers, 5, that's 15 people off the gate already. Then you got 5 people in your community. Now you're at 20. So truthfully, now you just got to organically get 30 people that don't know you,
right,
to like you and to say, hey, I want to be part of it. And that really just comes with just really posting, going live, and going to other events. So what I did for my event, I went on like a whole campaign, like between InvestFest, PC Live, There was like two other podcasts on it. So I went, either I got vending tables or I just made sure I got there early. I didn't even go inside to listen to speakers mostly, only like one speaker. And I just really just boots on the ground, networking people. Hey, scan this, get a ticket. Some people I get continent tickets too because I knew they was gonna fly in. So I said, if you're gonna fly in, I'm gonna give you a general admission. I'll upgrade you because they're already paying for flight and hotel. So I would say yes, you can do it without ads. But one play that I feel like is working for me is Eventbrite. I feel like Eventbrite has a system that you can use to put your event out there, lower the ticket sale a little bit, maybe throw some ad spend on it, and this way you can also gather people to come in from that also too. So between you organically doing it and Eventbrite, you could definitely get 50, 60 people. So I'm doing that right now for my mastermind in Miami for November 7th. So yeah, that's my take on that one.
Well, 100%. And what I would add to that, I would add two small additional details to that, right? To ensure we're gonna get our number or even pass our number. So, the first thing I would do to add on to what Brother Power Talk shared right there is number one. You need to do classes leading up to your event. So what I would say is whether you're doing doing
exactly.
free ticket or paid ticket, people
Right.
you need to start warming people up and get them nurtured early, but make sure they understand, hey, listen, you're buying a ticket now, the event's gonna be in November or the event's in December or whatever the event's in, but we're gonna start giving you value now. Right? I do a weekly class on Wednesday. It's basically like a preseason or a warm-up. Come through. We're going to be giving you the tools and resources you need to make sure you have a great experience on event day. Now, what you're going to be taking advantage of that, not only are you going to be warming them up, you can now turn them into what I like to call event stormtroopers and say, hey, who can you bring? You know, like who you want to bring to this class? Well, if they come to class, they got to come to the event, right? So now we're going to take every single person that we're going to have registered for the event. We're going to turn them into event stormtroopers and have them do some recruiting for us, right? And then what we can do is we can incentivize them and gamify the whole thing and say, hey, listen, everybody's coming to these classes, getting all this game on a Wednesday or whenever whatever that class is going to be. Whoever can bring the most people, you're gonna make money because every additional ticket you sell, you'll get paid. But I'm gonna honor you, and I'm gonna give away a $500 bonus, $1,000 bonus, and shout you out on stage in front of everybody. So now you kind of now you gamified it. You know what I'm saying? So now you got the people you warming up. These are your event stormtroopers. You gamified it, and at the same time, now they're excited to get people there. You don't got to do that much work, but show up on a Wednesday, and now you're able to turn one ticket to two tickets. The other thing that I would definitely do when it comes down to it is I really like to ask people upon ticket purchase, who needs to be with you? Like who's coming with you? Because I know that if I can get them to bring somebody as soon as they make the purchase, it's going to increase their show up rate by 60%, whether or not they bought a ticket or not. Because some people buy a ticket and still don't show. Right.
That's true. Yeah. I know that. Yeah.
So if I have an automation, if I have a call right away, or if I have some language, they buy that ticket. Hey, Brenda, who you come? Thanks for your purchase. Who's coming with you? Because how our event is designed, it's designed where everyone that attends gets even more success when they have a battle buddy. Boom. And then that way, now you're able to increase people that bought or people that came for free by 60%. Well, the people that buy is going to increase by 60. The people that didn't buy, I would say that's going to increase by like 55%. Because now there's more incentive. A lot of people sign up for stuff, but they don't go because they're like, well, I don't know nobody, so I'm not going to go. But if they know somebody, they're gonna show up.
Yep.
So those are two quick levers that I'll just add on to what David shared that I would definitely pull to make sure you get 50. You could definitely get 50 there organic without running ads. And then like you said, you just gotta do the work. You just gotta do the work daily, essentially. You know what I'm saying? For
Yeah.
sure.
But doing the work is actually growing your brand at the same time,
Right,
which is
100%.
good. Like
Yeah,
that's
that's a
what I
cheat
have
code.
learned.
That's a
Like
cheat code
even
right there.
because even like these last, I want to say 4 months, my brand awareness, your brand gonna grow, your revenue gonna grow, and your
Right,
awareness gonna grow,
100%.
right? And you're gonna get better at your craft. So you're gonna, I mean, it might be somebody just joining your school community, or it might be a high ticket offer, or it might be
Mm-hmm.
a mid ticket, or it might be somebody like, I mean, I seen you speak here before. You was here. I finally had to tap in with you. So
Right,
it's always good to get on this run, and it forces you to get out there. It forces you to post every day. It forces you to go live. It forces you to do the, because now just by saying this, I'm like, all right, well, next week I'm doing my master class next week, right? So it's like, then I'm going to do it every week leading up to the event. Either you join the school community, by joining the school community, you get a free ticket to the event for Miami also too. So this help grow the community, and it might even lead somebody to a high ticket offer. So I think
right.
that it's a good strategy. And by having a live event, it forces you to boss up. It forces you to get in your bag
Right,
and find a way to make it happen, right? The
100%.
last thing you want is to have an event and nobody there. So now you got to figure out, all right, how do I get people to my event? So now you got to go to work. So that's why. But now that it's done, I'm outside looking in. The
Right.
ones I've done, it brought awareness, it brought revenue, it grew my community, and made me a better mentor. So I think it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, 100%. And kind of like we covered earlier, this is a great way for business owners and entrepreneurs to have a cash day. Like you can easily make multi 5, 6 figures in a day with events. Bishop, you had any other questions or any other thoughts?
No, I'm just, the big event that I have that I've been working on is my Only the Best for Her event. That event has been going good. It's been growing. I think the most I've ever had, it was about 35 women so far. I have the 5th event is going to be on the 10th. Obviously, it's free, but I'm just finding out different ways on how I can actually monetize. And I'm just thinking about it's more kind of like just a networking event, honestly. Maybe having individual conversations for everybody who comes through to see if they need any the services I'm able to provide, etc. So I'm just thinking out loud how I can try to capitalize on that,
Yeah, for
because the
sure.
event is hot. Everybody loves it.
Yeah, I mean, if I was doing that event or if I was coaching on that event, what I would say is I would definitely keep it free for the public, but the people that speak, they need to be part of your consulting. That should be a package. Like, hey,
No,
listen.
there's nobody speaking. It's just the 3 girls. I'm just highlighting
Yeah,
them.
yeah. What I
We
mean,
do content.
highlight speaking, same thing. I mean, they'll be able to speak
Uh,
once you change the venue. I mean, it's essentially the
uh,
same thing. It's all about posture,
yeah.
packaging. So what I would say, hey, listen, the event's free. Boom. I'm gonna blast it out. I'm building my community. Free. Come, pull up. Right. The women that I'm highlighting, that's going to be on a flyer. That's going to be, I'm going to make sure they get some visibility. I'm going to make sure they might lead with data. I'm going to make sure they get certain intros. I'm going to make sure they get that recap video. I'm going to collab with them.
Mm-hmm.
That needs to be part of your media consultant package. Hey, look, $2,500 a month. This is what it is. Plus, you're guaranteed to be featured at my women's event, one time a month, or once in a 6-month period or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because in that way,
Uh,
it's like, okay, I'm putting you on pause. I'm giving you strategy. I'm helping you with the content, and I'm highlighting you in front of people, and you're leaving with that content. That content is so valuable. There's nothing more valuable than that. It makes them look like an authority. It makes them look like an expert. And then you're literally putting an event together where you're highlighting that person and you're bringing people to them, and they could do business at that event. So that's how I would position it. You know what I'm saying? I would keep it free to the public, but the ones that you highlight.
But also too, at the same token, I would come up with a strategy on what can you offer, even if it's a low ticket or mid ticket, because it's a lot of work to put these events together
Right.
and to get everybody together. So what are you doing? It's almost like like you with your girl, you giving her foreplay, but you don't go all the way in. Like
Right,
you
right.
gotta close, you gotta seal the deal.
Right.
You can't warm people up and get them turned up, and then they got all this energy. Everybody's moving around, everybody's meeting you. So now it's like, all right, last hour. Now you get on the mic. Hey, listen, I think everybody coming out, but I really want to extend it. So I have a platform where I'm
Right.
helping entrepreneurs and business owners to be able to get on a call with me once a month or twice a month to network, scale your business using these 3 different X, Y, and Z. That's the fulfillment, whatever you can do, provide for them, and it's only gonna be like $9.97. So then if you get 10 people to sign up, you made $10,000 off a free networking event,
Right.
and then figure out what could be doubled from that one. So I would definitely sit back and rethink what can you offer, and then do a hard pitch. Because even like with mine, I had 140, 50 people that confirmed they was coming between buying tickets and everything, right? And then only have really probably like 75 people that showed up, between 75 and 80. But my conversion, I converted well because of the impact, and I thought I wasn't. I'm looking around the room, I'm like, man, I don't think this is gonna happen. But truthfully, whoever had the finances to take the offer, they took it. It was like, let's do it.
100%.
Some took the high, some took the mid, some took the school community. Some just like, y'all just want to give you $100 just to talk to you. So you gotta scrape the room, because there's always going to be somebody in there that's going to want to buy in whatever you have to offer. That's just my take on it.
No. I think you're 100% correct. I think Bishop definitely got momentum with it. A couple of tweaks, and that's a profitable event structure. 100%.
Yeah, I got the community, so I just need to honestly give them that offer and let them know about it.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, again, and to Power Talk's point, I mean, if the community is how much the community? $99 a month.
97.
Okay, cool. Community's $97 a month. So essentially, that's about $1,200 a year, right? That's about $1,164 specifically. So you can literally have 2 offers. Say, hey, listen, join my community for the year. It's $900. It includes access to all my in-persons, access to my weekly calls. Then you get the money up front. Or if they can't do that, then they just do the $97 a month.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you can have your QR codes lined up. They can scan it. Whatever you need. But you definitely got the building blocks to make that a profitable event. 100%. I told you I liked it before. I think it's a great idea.
Appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? You guys are on live, Imperfect Action daily show. We're streaming. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. We're live on Instagram and YouTube at the moment. Shout out. We got somebody on for the Philippines and Boston. I can see it right now. So shout out to y'all watching live. I got David Power Talk in the virtual studio. I got Big Body Bishop in the virtual studio. So we got Jersey. We got Miami on the line. If you guys have any questions for these amazing entrepreneurs, feel free to drop them in the chat. And if you want to call in, if you have any questions as well, 305-848-7377, 305-848-7377. Foxy the Pirate, what's up? I see you. If you got any questions, just drop them in the chat. All right, fellas, what else is going on?
Man, I just anybody watching this or listening and watching it right now, I would just say, because as I'm meeting new people that's joining my community, there's some people got a little movement, some people just trying to figure it out. But no matter what stage you are, even I was on a call this morning for a group of people that I'm doing mindset calls for. These are new people joining the challenge that, want to scale their business, start their business, whatever. Is that no matter what, we're all trying to figure it out at whatever stage we at. Not saying that we don't have it out. We don't know it perfect, but if you keep just going at that one thing over and over again, it's gonna produce the fruit that you're looking for.
Right.
But a lot of people, they give up too quick and they don't put the tenacity or the effort into it to get the right fruits from their labor or the return or the ROI. And I just I just think that if anybody watch, don't worry about the win, but celebrate the win. Don't worry about when it's gonna happen, but celebrate you getting up every day, moving towards it. That's a win. Because if you keep stacking wins, that you get closer and closer to the big win. And I think that that's what my most valuable lesson that what I'm learning from these past 4 months doing my event. People join the community, been on stages, been in other live conferences and things like that. I would just say, you gotta get in the room, man. I just think getting in the room changed my life, man. Just either at other events, just talking to people. Like I know Bishop, I think he's the king in getting in the room. Like matter of fact, that's a good question, man. Bishop, how has getting in the room for you changed your life?
Honestly, just always have to be able to be in a position to show up for myself. And it kind of forced me to, always have high energy, which I always do. But even the times that I don't necessarily want to be in the room, I do be in the room. And it's crazy because the times that I don't want to be in the room is the times I actually, either make a client or like I actually make money. So it's like, sometimes the being in the rooms, and even though I love networking, there are times where I don't necessarily want to network, but it shows that not even the consistency, but it's a persistence. It's the persistence of like literally just being inside. It's definitely changed my life and just learning how to actually turn my company into a media company and also getting media passes and literally going to events, conferences, like literally for free. I got to thank Brendan for that because, that play is, is infinite. You know what I'm saying? Like I've saved so much money just by being able to provide content for, even if I don't get paid, I'll still get access to the actual event. So that's what matters the most. And yeah, bro, it's it's always about, loving on the people and all that. So, and being able to just do that, man, it's just like a different perspective, honestly, because there's nothing like other than just, being in the room and being able to touch people and being able to connect with them like on a different level.
Yeah,
No, that's
I
real
would
good.
definitely agree with that too.
That's real good. Yeah, yeah. I think that's good. I think as you are getting in the room, be aware that you also build in your room at the same time. And that's what I've learned also too is take the nuggets from other rooms and what can you implement to build your room, and what does your room look like?
Right.
I think
Mhm.
that's what I really got from it.
Those are great insights. If you guys got any questions for Power Talk or Bishop, you're watching right now live YouTube and Instagram. Feel free to drop questions in the chat. If you definitely want to come on and ask questions during this stream, feel free to call in, or you can actually text too. You could definitely text 305-848-7377, 305-848-7377. We're on with Power Talk and Big Body Bishop. We're talking about monetizing events, monetizing podcasts, growing your audience, growing your community. So this is a perfect conversation for those out there that are watching that, maybe you got some questions you didn't get a chance to ask. Maybe you was at Power Talks event, you didn't get a chance to ask them. Maybe you seen Bishop online and, you've been wanting to ask him something, but you just haven't had the opportunity to. Maybe you see me online or at an event and you're like, hey, I got a question for Brendan. Definitely now's your time to ask. Bishop, I would say this though. I've been getting a couple of inquiries. People have been asking for a part 2 of that POV DM video.
Well, I mean, what? Damn. What should we do?
I think we just do it in a
That
different.
could be like a whole that could be like a whole series in itself, bro. Like
I think we do it in different environments, and then eventually you could throw in like different characters. you could
I'm down.
you could throw different characters in there. Your Power Talk, you seen
Bro,
it?
that's it. That shit is a hit.
Yeah, it got like 10,000 views at this point. I think. Let me double check. I think it got
Yeah,
about.
Yeah.
I think it's about to hit him.
I think it got about 10,000. Let me see. Power Talk, you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Bishop basically had an idea to do a video where how people be ghosting in the DMs. They say they interested in work.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, they
Yes,
say they
yes, yes,
interested in
yes,
working
yes.
with you, but they just be asking a bunch of questions
Right,
and don't be doing nothing.
right, 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 right. No,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good. I think content like that pushes the envelope is good, and
Mm-hmm.
those are some of the things, especially Bishop. You could do it because you're a media. You got so there's so many avenues how you could make a strategies on doing content like that. That's a little edgy, controversial because of your platform. Like there's so certain things that I can do, I can't do because I got to be very cautious of what my client is booking me and people, brand awareness. But I think content, no matter what, I'm gonna tell anybody this. I don't care if you get 5 likes or 5,000 likes. You have to be consistent with content,
Right.
and you have to always keep putting stuff out there that's good. Like even I seen a video you did, Brendan. You was talking about, I forgot how you did it. I forgot the subject, but you was doing the podcast one where like you kind of go deep into like a message, and I was like, "Ooh, this is good," because when it came up, it came on feed, so that means that the message was already in the algorithm for it to that people are liking and sharing and commenting on it. You know what I'm saying? So I would say when you do find content that's working, double down on it, right? Just double down on it, and but you still have to still do your other awareness, which could be event awareness, could be testimonies, could be just other things. But when there's content that is shareable and engaging and viral, if that works, don't stop because it's
Right.
only going to get better if you keep because people are looking for more now. So now you got to sit back, but all right, what's another subject I could do? What's another subject I do? So I would just say, um, double down on stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Facts. I would say that too. That's good.
the 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 basis on that is, and I think what the reason it works so much is because of relatability and also storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's literally um that's the main wave right now for just social media in general is just like a level of storytelling.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
So
People are glued to their
stories.
phones, man. This is getting worse and worse. People are people are glued to it. So you have to give them something that they want to come to your station, your channel, and your content, but that's going to produce revenue for your brand, though. Not just be putting it out there. Be putting it out there. Okay, is this going to make my client feel like I'm a leader in my industry because of this content, or is this going to produce a lead? So those are the things I think about also too, making content.
mhm.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
I
would
mean,
definitely I would definitely agree. I would definitely agree. Um, Content that's edgy, telling the stories, relatability. I think relatability is always gonna win. And if you could package that message in the story framework, it's definitely gonna work 100%. Yeah. So.
oh yeah, definitely. Anything about relationships, anything about
Mm-hmm.
money, anything about being hurt, all the top four things that people struggle with. Just keep rotating it, keep going back and forth. Just keep rotating it, and just
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
perspectives from it. You know.
Yeah, I just posted something. I posted with this girl named Bella Nooch about relationships on my main page,
Mm-hmm.
and that was going crazy.
Was that the girl that was talking about um she
All men cheat.
yeah, and did she say some foolishness like seeing which one I want to tolerate or something?
Yeah, or which one I want to cry over.
Bro, I pulled up with the popcorn, bro, in the comments, bro. I'm like, here we go. She talking about some foolishness right now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no,
But
yo, this guy got 140. Yeah, this got 149 comments.
I know, because of
but
what
but
she's
but
talking
this
about.
this
Yeah.
what I have learned too though. Now you could take that video
Right.
and then you can be like, "What's your thoughts on this?" And then let it play, right? And this way, it's not really saying you agree with this, but now you're using her edgy content to now push you up in the algorithm because you want people that's now in your algorithm
Right.
to engage in it and get their thoughts on it. So I think that's another play that could be ran also.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you could definitely do a reaction to that for sure.
yeah. That too. That's a damn.
Right.
This. Yeah, this. Yo, these comments are going crazy. I just saw this.
Yeah, told you popcorn, bro.
So yeah, this is like some random person was like, she's gorgeous, she's fake, and you're a bitch. Next topic.
Oh
I
damn!
was like,
Damn!
damn.
Wait.
Wow.
That was one comment. She's gorgeous. She's fake, and you're
Yeah,
a
the
B.
call me Keita. The call me Keita happened like 7 hours ago.
Yo, that's
That's a,
funny.
so what you can do, I think I don't
Yeah.
know if David was talking about that specifically or y'all, taking the comments and then you can actually reply it with a reel.
Right.
Yeah, no, definitely. Oh man, the guy Tony the close, he infamous for that one. You leave a comment on his joint, he gonna make a whole video about you.
Who's that? Who does
Yeah,
that?
Tony the closer.
Tony, yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Tony the
Oh,
closer.
Tony the
Man.
closer.
He King Petty though. That dude
Nah,
is wild.
that's funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I
I'm
think
about to do that.
reaction, those comment reactions get a lot of play, for it because people love leaving comments. So when somebody says something negative or positive, I think it's a good opportunity to leverage it to get to now have because what that is that is relatable content, right? That people want to listen to it and storytelling to the whole thing, and I think that's also a good play also too.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I definitely agree. So yeah, I mean that one's already shown well to perform. You can run it back with her if you want. Continue that same conversation. You can do reaction based content to that. You can pull out people's comments and talk about the comments. There's a bunch of stuff you could do with that one, because that one's already shown you got some momentum for sure.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, bro. Yo, the
No,
live
that's
show is
good.
fire,
That's
bro. I don't
good.
know about y'all, but the live show is lit. People could call in, ask questions live.
That's good, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, I'm about to take a page out the Brendan Boyd book. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. This
Good.
is
That's
this is
good.
this is definitely one of the this is definitely a fire strategy for anyone out there that's watching or listening, having the ability to take your virtual show or your live stream, whatever, to that next level, allowing people to call in, problem solve, answer your questions, while at the same time, promoting like a low ticket offer, a book a call, whatever you got going on, is definitely and at the same time broadcasting it, right? This is a good way. Shout out to Joey Quick Credit. We see Joey down there. I see my guy Paris. If you guys are live watching the stream, definitely feel free to leave a comment. We are currently on with David Power Talk and Big Body Bishop. So if you guys got any questions about events, pods, content, exposure, brand, even speaking, definitely feel free to leave a comment and we could tackle them live. Or if you want to text, you can send a text 305-848-7377, or you can call in as well. We are currently on the Imperfect Action Show streaming on YouTube and Instagram.
That's good. That's good. That's real good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So what's the plans for the for the November event? So for those learning about this for the first time, if you're in the Miami area, if you want to come down to the Miami area, what can they expect at this 1 day event you got coming up in a couple of months?
Oh man, you're gonna get a lot of me, a lot of data that has allowed me to be a full time speaker and have a full time speaker business and to close some of the gaps that a lot of speakers are missing right now between branding, between lead generation, between the right contracts, the right stuff you need to have on the back end, how to build a community, grow the community, nurture the community. So many different things that I'm going to be teaching in this mastermind. Of course, you have the opportunity if you feel like you're ready to be that speaker, that you could work with me also too. So, the mastermind is still totally different than a conference. Now we're doing a deep dive, in all day training. And the people that's in my community, they get opportunity to get on stage, practice, coach them right there live, what they did good, what they did bad, what they could do better, stage presence, confidence, the 3 C's. So yeah, if you're looking to start and get really successful as a speaker, you need to be there. If you're already speaking and you want to scale up and you really want to grow your brand, you need to be there. If you're a coach or somebody that's just need more brand awareness to be a better communicator, maybe you're a business owner, entrepreneur, and you need to be a better communicator so you can close some more deals and be more connected to people, and you can have a good flow rate on podcasts, things of that nature. You need to be there. So definitely November 7th, Miami. One day mastermind. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have an all day of learning and just really tap into our purpose, man. So it's one. I'm looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it.
That sounds good. Bishop, are you gonna be around
Yep.
on that date?
Was it November 7th?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should be. Yo, David, man, have me moderate, man. We supposed to do something on the last one.
Yeah, Miami's easy now. I don't got to fly you all the way across Canada. You know what I'm saying? So let's do it. I had to see Brendan know when you put these events together, man. You gotta every little thing you gotta balance it out. And I already had like a bunch of other speakers, but now I don't really
it gets costly.
Costly and time slots. Like, so it's like, some people said it was, they wanted the storm was coming. So it was just a lot of moving pieces, and I wanted to make sure I didn't want to commit to something that I couldn't fully deliver for you and other people. So, but definitely Miami, brother. Have you moderate? Let's make that happen, brother. I got the infamous Brendan Boyd. He's going to be blessing the people on how to make money off stage. Monetize their events and all the expertise that he has. So it's gonna be a good day, man.
Yeah, we got a couple people on that are watching right now. We got Dami. Dami was good. My guy Jose. If you guys have any questions, right now we're talking about monetizing events. We're talking about building brand. We're talking about leveraging podcasts. We're also talking about how you can monetize your content and use your content better. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop the questions in the chat. We can answer those questions live. We got 2 experts on the line right now. So if you're facing anything in your business or within your content strategy, you got a question, feel free to drop the questions in the chat. Yeah, I would say I kind of talked about this before you guys got on in the subject that I was really talking about, because I was kind of refuting a few claims, and that is doing an event and having everyone wanting to speak on your stage, right? And what I was saying was, I want to get y'all opinion. This is my opinion, you know what I'm saying? But I don't feel that when people want to add value to your event, that they're looking to really add value to your event. I believe that they're looking to actually extract value from your event and add value to what they have going on. What's y'all opinions on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think. You repeat that one more time?
All right. So,
Yeah, can you say that again? I was trying to follow.
All right. So this is the thing. When and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you my reasons, but this is my claim right here. When people want to speak at your event, and
Right.
they say that they want to add value, they're not really
Right.
adding value. They're actually extracting value, and they're taking your value and adding it to them. And I'll tell you why I believe that. But I want to hear you guys' take on that.
Yeah, that's why I told them we got to pay.
Right.
Right.
So they're not adding value; they're extracting value for what you already got going on.
100%.
So, and that's something that I now see, right? Because I had a lot of people that come, and it's like for me to but this is my pet peeve, right? And I built the stage. I made this atmosphere, put people in the seats. You're showing up, doing something, right? And now you have a possibility with no skin in the game to walk away with new clients and the people I put in the room because of now you're leveraging my stage, of course, because we agree for you to come. But end of the day, if you're not putting people in the seats and you're not doing certain things, is it really adding value or taking a value away from my event?
Extracting.
Because now you're confusing you're extracting because now you're confusing my audience because they're like, man, I do want to be a speaker, but I didn't know that I can now, make money in Airbnb, or I didn't know that I can. You see what I'm saying? So I now that's how I look at it because, I had a situation that happened and it was just like, the agreement was, I needed you to bring some people's in the seats, and you didn't do that part of it, but you was worried about if anybody took the offer that's going to be able to produce income for what you're going to add to my offer, but you didn't bring anybody there. So
Right.
I'm like, so I'm just like, I get what you're saying, but I put a lot of energy in making this event the way it was. Like between balloons, between DJ, between an LED screen, 7,000. Like there was a lot of effort that I had to put in this event to get it to where it had to be, right? For people to walk in and be like, wow, this was amazing. So for my takeaway now on doing my events, I'm very selective now on who I want to be part on my stage, right? Because I still would have had a great conversion rate if they would have got more of me and I would have just had maybe the top hitters and given value to just maybe, go a little bit deeper more into what they was talking about, if that makes sense, guys.
No, one, yeah,
So
no,
I kind of agree with
100%.
you. I kind of agree with you on that one. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I kind of like you wanted something with that one, buddy.
Yeah, yeah. Bishop, what do you think? And I'm gonna tell you guys how we remedy that.
So I think that there is obviously a level of value exchange that needs to happen if it's going to be a level of some type of barter or some type of collaboration, right? And if you're not paying to be on the stage, then and I'm gonna defer to Brendan because I learned this from Brendan. He's like, yo, either you paying or if we want to do some type of collaboration, you gotta bring at least 25 people to sit in the seats. And if you're not doing that, then it's like, yeah, you completely extracting. And on top of that, we ain't got no shit on the back end as far as like if you make a sale, it's like, bruh, like yeah, you double dipping on like taking advantage. So yeah, I mean I agree. I definitely do agree. I will also say that there is a lot of there's a lot of people that have inflated value within the speaking space.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I feel like that's a whole nother topic, but I like that take
Like
too.
like that
I like that take.
yeah, there's a lot of people that well, I get paid to speak, and I do this and I do that and da da da. Oh, I'm a TEDx speaker. It's like, yo, bro, like nobody cares.
Yeah, and
Like, you know
that's
what I'm saying?
yeah, right. No, I'm with you with that.
So yeah. So between on that, you know what I mean? It's like it's and then also too, what also Brendan taught me, I'm referring back again, is that there's two different styles of speaking. There's a style of speaking that when you get paid, depending on the type of topic that you're going to be speaking to give to the audience, and then if it's a collaboration or if you pay to actually to speak to be there, then you're actually speaking about what you want to talk about within like your offer.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think a lot of speakers don't understand that. They just think that, oh, I'm a TEDx speaker. Then it's like, okay, yeah, like, nah, don't even talk to me if you're not even paying me. It's like, yo, like, who are you?
You could be a TEDx speaker and nobody knows who the F you are. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be a TEDx speaker and still have an exposure problem. Like let's not act like they're both like they're not inclusive of each other. Like you could literally be you could have spoken on 3 TEDx stages and no one knows who you are. Right? Or you could speak or you could be someone that spoke on no TEDx stages and have a brand that so many people knows you across social media. Who's more valuable? The one that people knows you. So that credential doesn't mean nothing to me, especially when that person has an offer or has a product or service they want to monetize. So, getting back to the main take, we're able to remedy that by what? I'm gonna say this, okay? We're gonna say every seat is worth about $100. Okay, let's just say every person in at your event, free, paid, premium, let's average that out to about $100. So if you got 50 people in a room, I mean that's minimum of $5,000, audience right there. Okay, so let's say that you have your stage, which is the most valuable thing in at your event, and let's just break it down. I could say, hey, can I come speak at your event, Bishop? Bishop has already 50 people locked in, right? What's going to benefit Bishop more? Getting more people in the room. So what's the benefit of me coming to speak at his event if I'm not promoting, if the value that I quote unquote want to add is selfish because I just want them to hear what I got to say on the stage, and my messaging is not even in alignment with his core message, which if he has an offer at the end or whatever value he's going to give his audience, it's not really in full alignment. So I don't need to speak at the event. I'm selfish if I just want to go and just get the content of me on stage. Okay, cool. How do we remedy that? Number one, Bishop might be like, hey, listen, I got 50 people at my event. If you want to speak on my stage, I'm going to charge you $3,000 or $4,000. I might be like, oh man, I don't know. It's $3,000, $4,000, which it should be nothing if you're a business owner because you should have an offer or two. You make that money back, 1, 2, 3 sales. It should be nothing, right? But let's say you're still kind of bucking at it. All right, cool. Speak at my event for free. Just sell the equivalent in tickets. So I should have 30 new people at my event or 40 new people at my event. Matter of fact, I'll give you 75% of the sales of each ticket because I don't really care about the ticket sales. I want the bodies in the room because I've done my event math. If I know I'm going to close 20, 30%, so if now I did 50 tickets on my own, you're going to do 30 tickets. You get not only do you get to speak for free, you actually get paid to speak because you're making 75% of each of those 30 people. Now you got paid to speak on the stage. I'm happy because I got an additional 30. Now I got 80 people at my event. So if I close 20%, that's 16 people minimum. I got a $2,000 offer, right? 16 times 2. I just made $32,000 in a day. You're happy. You got paid to speak. You got your content. And I'm happy because I made more money. So they're either going to pay or sell the equivalent in seats. Now, one of my other favorite strategies is, and you have multiple people that want to speak, I'm not trying to steal 45 minutes times 3, which is about what? An hour 15, hour 20 minutes from my audience to hear y'all talk about stuff so they don't build a relationship with me. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put all of them on a panel. And I'm going to hire,
there you go.
I'm going to hire someone like Bishop, or I'm going to hire a Hungry Street interviewer or a podcaster who is happy to be there. They're most likely not going to ask for a fee, but if they are, it's still worth paying it. But I might just find somebody who loves to do what they do, never spoken at an event. They see the opportunity and say, hey, cool, you can interview live on my stage. I'm going to bring you to 3 people. And then each of those people, this is the same agreement. Y'all pay me $3,000 each. Now it's $9,000 that I'm going to get from that, or y'all each do the equivalent in tickets. So now that's 90 additional people plus my 50. Now I got 140 people at my event. And those 3 people get paid. So then it's value for value. But if they're not paying and they're not moving the equivalent of tickets, they're extracting the value.
No, I agree with that 100%. And that's what happened to me.
Right.
Is that I had people on my stage that when I first engaged with them, I'm like, hey, Power Talker, people reached out to me like, hey, can I speak on your stage?
Yo,
I'm
that's
like, yeah,
always
sure.
listen. As soon as you announce the event,
can you
right?
Right. As soon as you announce it, but can you put 5 or 7 people in the seat?
Bro, look.
Oh yeah, no problem. Okay, cool. It's affiliate link, right?
Right.
But now you at my event and you didn't sell no tickets. You didn't even ask your cousin to come. Like you didn't even like maybe you should have thought, okay, if I didn't sell them, I'm gonna buy 5 tickets.
Right.
Even though I want the people in the seats, but at least there's some type of revenue coming in.
100%.
Or you're showing me that you care about investing into the event.
Right.
Being on my stage, because I could have took that time slot, gave it to somebody else that could have sold 5 tickets.
100%.
So now, yes, this is a double-edged sword. Do I feel like maybe that person still brought value because of what they spoke about, and maybe it matches, my fulfillment a little bit? That's a little tricky. It could, right? It could match it, to a certain extent.
Depends on the speaker.
You said what?
It depends on the speaker.
Right, it depends on the speaker. So some people are not really matching your fulfillment, and they're extracting because people really want, now they're curious about what they have to offer instead of them focusing on what you are offering at the end of the day.
Right. And you don't want to do that.
I think what this is something probably for Podcast Castor and your event too, Dave, is that for people who don't necessarily want to pay to like be on the stage, but they say that they can bring 25, 30 people, I think there needs to be some type of some type of down payment or something like that. So like, all right, look.
I like that.
That's what I would do from now on. I'm like, all right, look. Yeah. It usually costs $3,500 or whatever,
tickets,
right?
You'll get the money back. You sell the tickets, I'll get the money back because you sold the tickets. But if you don't, then there will be the money escrow.
Right, 100%.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's what I would do. Because if you think you that dude and you can bring tickets, you gonna get you gonna have no problem but to get your money back. It's all good. It's a win-win.
No, 100%.
I like that. That's good. That's good. Yep.
Listen, hope you guys are learning something. If you out there on Instagram or YouTube, picking up some game, picking up some strategies. Again, if you got guys questions, drop the questions in the chat box. We on live with Power Talk, Big Body Bishop, 305-848-7377. You can text a question in. You could drop it in the chat. And if you want to come on, you can also come on live and join the conversation. Yeah. Those are good, man. That's definitely good. That's what my whole thing when I do event design, especially for my own events, we want to walk into the event profitable. I don't want to walk into the event in the red at all. I gotta walk into the event in the green. At the very least, we yellow, which means we broke even. But I'm walking into the event in the green. Right. In different ways that we can do that.
Right.
Obviously, we broke down the strategy where you basically monetize speakers, but additional strategies, you guys can have vendors come in. You guys can have sponsors, and there's different level of sponsors because you can have a title sponsor. This event is presented by XYZ. You can have a lunch sponsor. Lunch sponsors are great. They don't even got to pay you nothing. They just take care of lunch. Hey, guys, look, we're going to have, lunch that's going to be sponsored by XYZ real estate agent. He got about a couple, he got like 5 minutes. He's going to speak on the stage. We just want to give a quick shout out to him, for supplying the lunch. Why? That's something, that's a line item on your budget. And that's a great way for them to pay anywhere from $750 to $1,000 to get in front of 50 to 100 people, talk about what they got going on, and you guys get the lunch covered. I mean, there's just so many ways that we can walk into this event profitable. So then by the time you get to the point where you can really start monetizing, you've been in the green since 24, 48, 7 days.
Right.
right? So you
Right.
ain't
Right.
you ain't
Right.
stressing, like, ah, damn, like, well, I ain't selling enough
And
tickets.
I
Nah,
think that
we ain't worried
also
about that.
too. I think people that want to be on your stage, they don't understand what comes with putting an event together.
No, they
Like
don't.
unless
They
they
definitely don't.
actually doing it. Like I don't think they really understand, and not even the financial aspect of it, just the mental fortitude
Right.
that you gotta have to, to talk to your mentees, talk to, the AV guy. I mean, everything, the DJ. I mean, everything. Your team, weekly meetings. It's a lot, right? And even like with me, with my event, I found this venue. I was like, okay, I got between my fulfillment in my community, me selling this amount of tickets. It's even going in. I'm at yellow going into green.
Right.
And then 3 weeks in, the venue was like, oh yeah, the humidity is high, so the projector's not working. I said, what do you mean projector's not working? I can't have an event there, and I can't I can't display anything. Like that's the whole reason why I chose your venue.
Right.
And then
Right.
the venue, where they got me was the projector was like an a la carte, so it was just like an add-on. The way they did it, like $150, $200. I said, and that's something that I learned. Now, whatever is the greatest value I want the venue, renegotiate the contract and say if anything do happen because X, Y, Z, it's not just I get a credit of 150. Like I
Right.
get a full refund back because, or you give me an 80% discount, and I just got because then now I had to go in, I had to rent an LED screen,
Right.
which truthfully it worked out for the best because the LED screen was major. It was if anybody doing an event, if you got an opportunity, if you're doing a conference or something, get an LED screen. It's just it blows out everything else out the water, right? But the thing, what I'm saying is that people don't realize all the things that you have to do because what's so curious. It's like what's so crazy. Like I got everybody texting me, hey, is the content ready? Is the content ready?
Right. Right.
Oh my Lord! Right? It's coming. But what about everything I put out to pay the videographer to do this, to do that? Are you worried about that?
Right. Right.
Like, thank you for coming, but we did a lot. We did a lot to make this happen. And then somebody texted me was like, I can't even open it. But good morning, how are you too? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, people just sometimes. But I don't hold against them. For me, it's on being very selective now on who it will be blessing my stage. That's how I look at it.
No, it's a fact. It's a fact. Over the past 2 years, I would say I got really good at putting events together. Whether it's I definitely learned a lot. Whether we're doing a live pod or we're doing an event series like your live event series, or you're just doing a one-offs. And I can say this. I've been profitable every single event, so I've been able to. I can speak from a level of, experience in expertise because I'm not getting into this to lose no bread. I'm not losing no bread on no event. You know what I'm saying? I'm not losing no bread at no event. So we figure out creative ways to make sure that, if you're hosting the event, if you're adding an event to what you already have going on, if it's a one-off, if it's quarterly, bi-monthly,
right,
or if you're going to do monthly, whatever the case may be, you're designing it so every event you're in the green. And when you get to pitch time, that's just the icing on top. You know what I'm saying? You're not worrying about,
right.
okay, I gotta sell because if I don't sell, I mean, it's gonna be bad. No. We want to make sure by the time you get to pitch time that you good. You straight. You straight.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, I'm definitely excited for people to come out November 7th in Miami. It's gonna be special. You definitely want to be in the building. If you're in Atlanta, if you're in South Florida, Central Florida, Northern Florida, definitely want to pull up for sure. Or it's gonna be relatively.
Anyway, just get a ticket, man.
That's
You
what I
got
say.
time.
I was gonna say it's
Go
getting a
online
little
right
brisk
now.
up
Get your
north.
ticket. Get in the room, man. Listen, my whole life changed when I
Right.
bought a one-way ticket to Vegas. Like, I think that was my first. I want to say, I want to say that was like my first kind of conference. I want to say when I bought a ticket and I went to Vegas, and that's when I met Neo. I seen ET, I think in person the first time. This dude named Cole Hatter. I haven't heard anything about him,
Oh yeah, I
but there was
remember
a few other
Cole.
heavy hitters.
Yeah, I ain't seen him in a minute
Yeah, remember
actually.
Cole?
Yep.
So yeah, I haven't seen him in a minute either. But that is because I literally was sitting like 2 seats down from the same person I gave almost $85,000 to mentor me, right?
Right, right.
That's crazy. That's insane. But that's how life works. But if I never went out there, I would have never joined Eric Thomas' program. Cause I met this guy named Dream, and he was in the program. He told me to upgrade. I upgraded. So it's just like a whole timeline, a series of things happened in my life because I just stepped out on faith, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to this conference, man.
Right.
Like I don't even to this day, I don't even know what made me go from Jersey to Vegas to this 3D. And I think what made me go was because I think Eric Thomas was on. He was on the roster. If I now that I'm thinking about it, right? Because at that moment, I was just starting to speak, and I was like, man, let me see him in action. But I will tell you that was one of my best decisions that I made because it just was a domino effect. Things just kept going and going after that, and it was just like so. I would tell anybody right now, if you listen to this right now, stop being cheap, get yourself in the room, get a mentor,
Right.
double down on what you want to do in life because when you can't get back his time, you are doing yourself a disservice by not going all in on your goals and dreams.
100%. I would definitely second that. My life changed when I got into the room too. I've said this on
Yeah.
plenty of occasions. I went to a Neo event. Saw Myron on the stage. Didn't know who he was. I mean, I heard of him, but I didn't know who he was. And in 45 minutes, I saw Myron $3.8 million from the stage. 45 minutes. Never seen nothing like that in my life. And it was so grandiose. I didn't know what was going on. It didn't hit me until like maybe a year later.
Right.
I was so marveled at what happened. So the initial impact hit me. I was like, wait, what's going on, bro? I did the math.
What was the initial offer? Like, what was the offer?
He was repitching Neo's coaching program, and Neo's coaching program at that time was $55,000. And then
Yeah,
about
this is the question I gotta ask you.
go ahead.
I remember those days, right? That's how Neo caught me and you to join, right?
Right.
Do you think that era of people buying real high ticket coaching programs like 45 and up, do you think that era is like cut in half? Like I felt like that's almost like 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, I felt like that particular era, we was at a growth stage on online coaches and people getting into this space. Now I feel like that you got to really narrow down your niche, and it got to be a real clear avatar, a real clear fulfillment that you're going to provide to be able for somebody to really your awareness has to be so much greater now I feel like to convert something compared to back then. Do you feel like that era is like totally like cut in half, or you think it's still there?
I think that it's still here, but I would agree with you. I just think that it just has to be dialed in, and then you just have different offers. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll give you an example. I mean, if your messaging is specific enough where you're gonna attract the type of person that would invest that, you know what I'm saying, 100%. Because again, there's no shortage of the people. Like, what's your goal? Okay, my goal. Let's say my goal is $1 million. I want to do $1 million. I want to do $1 million in a day. I'm gonna do an event. All right, cool. So let's just forget about all the stuff you're gonna do before people get there, just because that's a whole nother conversation. But let's say to do $1 million, right? And you have, let's say you got a $40,000 offer, right? You want to do $1 million. Well, technically, you only need 25 sales. So do we believe that there's 25 people that exist right now in the world that will pay you 40,000 to get the result that to get the result that you can provide? 100% yes. I mean, Myron has a 55K, a $250,000. He got a $500,000. He got $1 million offer. Russell Brunson, he got a $100,000 offer. You know what I'm saying? $500,000 offer. I don't know if he got $1 million offer, but I mean, even Ashley Nicole, she got a 40K offer. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it just, I think what happens is most entrepreneurs, they're not fully bought into their thing when it comes to these programs. So when they don't get that person right away, they're already psychologically like, all right, let me lower my price. But when you really think about it, is if you only need 25 people, if your conversion rate is 10%, that means you would have to have 250 people in that space. Can you get 250 people in the space? Probably. Marketing, that means I got to get in front of 25,000 to 250,000 people need to know about what I got going on. Can we find 25 people within 250,000 people that know about a David Powell Talk event and how he's going to help you to, get booked to speak, teach you how to run a speaker business, and literally, on average, the speaker business can bring you, let's say, in addition to what they already got going on, the speaker business can bring them 200,000. Okay, would you trade 40,000 for 200,000? And not only just 200,000, you can keep making money because you have the skill now, and you can keep using the skill. So yeah, I would say no, because I think you can get the people. What I would agree with you on is that time was fresh out of COVID, so people had a lot of discretionary revenue. I mean, discretionary income that was theirs that they didn't care about because it's probably PPP money or loan money. So they was like, oh yeah, I want to do this, I'm gonna spend this. You know what I'm saying? So I think that has washed away. So now you're gonna get a client that's a little bit more serious, I would say.
Mm.
Yeah, but you could do it. You just dial in on your messaging. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
Right.
yeah, like if I have an offer right now and it's $33,000 or $30K if it's a 1 or 2 pay. The offer is teaching people how to put their event on. We already know one event they can make 30,000-40,000. So if you make your money back in 2 events, who got the short end of the stick right here? You or them or me? You know what I'm saying? So it's really just
Right.
Communicating the message, really standing on it. You know how valuable your offer is. You know how much money you've been generating for yourself with that structure. I know how much money I've generated for myself with this structure. Bishop knows how much money he's generated with his structure. So, yeah, I would have a premium offer. I mean, have your premium, have your core offer, and then obviously you got your lower tickets. That might be the community, that might be an accelerator or something. So yeah, I would say yes for sure. You can find 25 people or 50 people.
Yeah.
It's just gonna come with that
Think
consistency.
about
You
it.
know what it is.
Yeah, you just like, it's 2 things. People got to be clear that you can fulfill whatever the problem is that you're solving. It's like, oh, it's gonna make me $100,000 in speaking in 6 months. Sign me up. You know what I'm saying? I can leave this job. Sign me up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that that is what a lot of new coaches, your current coaches, need to be very clear about. What's the problem you're fully solving?
Right.
Right? Like I was on a call, and even the way I close people now, I'm a totally different person compared to a year ago, 2 years ago. So as soon as they get on the call, I'm telling them, like, well, the reason why you're on this call, because there's three problems that you have right now that that my program solves.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, if I share it with you, they're like, yeah, go ahead. So I give them 3 problems.
Right.
They're like, oh wow. I said, so if I can solve that problem, do you feel like it's worth me to be your mentor, me to coach you? If I can successfully solve those 3 things that you're dealing with right now, right? Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Now, they're already closing before I even get to the. I already tell how much it is.
Right. 100%.
All right, then I go into what do you do now? How much time are you taking doing what you're doing? Right. Good. You're making what? Okay. What if we can produce that in a less amount of time with less stress? And I think that's what we got to be clear about as coaches is clearly telling people exactly how you're gonna fix their broken arm. It's like going to the hospital. You going to the hospital because you got what? You got a cold, broken arm, or something's wrong. You want them to fix that. You emergency room. Hey, charge my show. I don't care what it is. Just fix it, right? So people coming to you in your emergency room. You just gotta fix their problem. You fix their problem, you don't have to worry about revenue.
Yeah, I would agree. I would
Just,
definitely
just,
agree.
just my opinion. Just my
Hmm.
opinion.
I mean, I think it's a good one. I mean, I think it's a great take. I would definitely support that take for sure. I mean, people want their problem solved easily, painlessly, and with as little effort as possible. So if you can provide that type of support, um, you're gonna be able to work with way more people for sure. And that's
But I
why.
think also too people gotta understand they gotta do the work too though.
Yeah, not facts.
Because even us, we pay 55, right? But there's work that we have to put in though. It's just you don't pay 55 and you automatically you making seven figures.
No, no,
There's
not at
work
all.
behind
Mm-mm.
it. No, that's a lot of work. There's weekly classes, live events. There's we give you the infrastructure and the know-how, but if you don't got the discipline, and that's what I'm talking about tomorrow because I'm doing this. I'm doing somebody's challenge. So today, all my messages was about making a decision. So now tomorrow, my message is about okay. Now what happens next after you made the decision? Is it on your mentor or is it on you?
Right, right.
Because your mentor is going to give you everything you need.
Hundred
So if it's
percent.
on you, what do you have to do to be successful in this program or this community? What's I'm gonna give them like 5 things that they need to do because I want out this conversation. We got to take it off the person that's helping you, and we got to put it back on you now.
Yeah, nah, for sure. People think the work is done after the payment.
No, not at all. That's when it starts.
Right.
That's when it starts.
They think the work is done after the payment.
That's when it starts. That's when it starts.
Listen, if you guys are watching live on the stream, you have any questions for David Power Talk, any questions for Big Body Bishop, any questions for me, we're breaking down monetization on events, coaching, content, um, any strategies you guys have that you're currently facing, any questions that you have that's on top of mind currently in your business, feel free. Feel free to call in or text in 305-848-7377, 305-848-7377, or you can drop questions or comments in the chat, and we're happy to address them with you guys. So I don't know if either one of you guys have been watching the stream while y'all on it, but definitely want to get your opinion on the audio quality from where you guys are. How's the audio quality from where y'all at?
So you talking to me?
Yeah. But is Bishop still here too? Let me see. Yeah, he's still
Yeah, I'm
here. I
here.
see him. Audio quality been good for both of y'all?
Yeah, from your end, yeah.
All right, awesome.
I
Yeah.
think David's talking from the meta glasses, right?
Yeah. And
Well,
he was
now
moving.
I'm on the Bluetooth. I'm on the Bluetooth in the truck now. So that's why it's
Yeah, no, you're not bad. You're not bad.
No, it's still crispy. It's still crispy. I was just curious.
No, I think it's good to be honest with you. It's definitely a play to run because this is a type of conversation. Like if I'm tuned in, I got my phone in the car, I might just listen to this on the way home, like while I'm in traffic, just like man, this is good.
Right,
And I think
right.
the time that you're doing is a good time because now you got people that could be driving home from work, could be sitting on the couch after getting home from work, and they're mentally exhausted, and then we're giving them a boost of adrenaline and some plays then now they don't have to buy back their time. They don't have to or try to, be stressed out by going to work. So I think that, this is a perfect time to do it. And I think what you're doing is great. I'm just curious about, by you streaming, does it affect the engagement organically on these other social media platforms as you're doing all at once,
I mean, I can see the Instagram comments come in, and I can see the YouTube comments come in, and I can see who's watching on YouTube and the gram. So,
Nice.
so far so good. So
And
far
can
so
you
good.
can you do TikTok also?
Yeah, I can do TikTok also. I just have to add the RTMF feed to it
Mm,
because they don't, you guys just use
that's
a
right.
third party until Ecamm kind of builds that in. But yeah, I had to do 30 minutes live on TikTok yesterday, so they would allow me to add the Ecamm software to TikTok Studio. But yeah, I'm gonna test that
Okay.
out. I'm gonna test that out soon. Mm-hmm.
I think it's a game changer. I mean, listen, we're in an era where people are just tuned in to just listen and just, certain things. So I think for me, I look at it like this is not a number game. This is a quality client game.
Right.
Because now, let's say somebody was thinking about coming to your event or buying your offer or be part of your community. They can sit back and just really listen to who you really are and your thoughts and be like, you know what, I like this guy. I need to tap in with him after this call. I need him to help me with live events, help me get on podcasts, help me be a speaker. Because now they can really hear your true thoughts and your intake on things. So I think it's definitely, it can't do nothing but to help. That's how I look at it. It can't do nothing but to help.
Yeah, and that's really the purpose. What I want to accomplish with the live stream show is everything to the point that you just shared, right? Be able to give value for free. Be
Mm-hmm.
able to engage in or answer people's questions live. Give them the opportunity to call in if they would like to. Leave comments in the chat if they don't want to call in, but still be able to serve and give value, while simultaneously this feed is being recorded. So now we have raw, unadulterated content, right? So if I'm answering a question live for someone, I can add that audio. I mean, the audio is already on the recording. So now when I clip this up into a reel, now that reel is featuring somebody's real voice with a real problem, and I'm giving them real advice or giving them a real answer, and then that's gonna help somebody else, right? So yeah, I mean, I really obviously, this is why I wanted to do it, and we're just building on top of it, right? We have the capabilities now where, I mean, I didn't know today I could have two of y'all on the line. Boom, now it's three of us, right? And we got two of y'all on the line. One of y'all could literally decide, hey, I wanna actually be on the show, give you the link, change the scene in real time. Now we got the virtual podcast popping. Like, there's just so many different things that we can do. But we got a question. We got two questions coming in. So I'll give Bishop one question. I'll give Power Talk the other question. Okay. So the first question, we'll give this to Power Talk. Right. Question is this. Oh, actually, no. Power Talk just went. So we'll give this to Bishop. Bishop, the question is: I struggle with being disciplined and motivated. I am a business owner. I sell interior home furnishings like quilts, blankets, and pillows. How can I change my thinking? So that's your question. Then Power Talk, I got one for you. So what's like two tips you would give her to help change the thinking? Him or her? I can't. Oh, it's Textile Queen, so it's a her. What are two points you would give her?
So there's 2 points, but it definitely derives from one, right? I believe that the main thing that I teach everybody, that I'm able to separate from everybody else, is to be present over trying to be perfect. And I think the reason why she probably is really struggling with discipline is because she's trying to be perfect. And what happens is when you try to be perfect, you try to overthink things, and then you get in your head. And then what happens is that you don't necessarily do anything because all you're worrying about is literally trying to create like the perfect moments or to just make everything perfect. And the way that I deal with that is I always try to make sure that at the end of the day, you can't do anything when it comes to the past because the past already happened. And then in the future hasn't even happened yet. So why does your attention deserve the future when it hasn't necessarily happened? And you're also giving your attention to the past to something that you can't control because it already happened. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't cry over spilled milk. So the way I'm able to stay disciplined, honestly, is actually through just being extremely present in the moment as far as being able to, and here's another thing, being able to control what you can control. And at the times when you feel like you're not disciplined and you actually fail, it's okay because there's no mistakes, there's only lessons. And if you have a chance to be able to get up, open your eyes, breathe, then you have another chance to actually work on being disciplined. So that's basically my advice of that. Where it's like you can't kill yourself over things that already happened, and you can't kill yourself for things that necessarily did not happen yet. And that's how you can actually become present. And I do believe if you become more present, then you can actually work on yourself to be more disciplined.
I like that. I like that. She did say she is a perfectionist, so you were definitely right up her alley.
There it is.
Right up the alley, right there. Power Talk, your question is this. She says, I can't make lots of money, but she just hides. So if she decides to no longer hide, how much more money and what are some of the ways you would say she can make maybe some more money? Give me like one or two ways if she decides to no longer hide that she can make more money.
Hold on, let me understand the question. She's saying that if she's not hiding, she can make more money.
She says I can make lots of money already, like make lots, right? So the question is, if she decides to no longer hide, one, how much more money you think she can make if she decides to be a little bit more front facing? And then based off her being, she does interior home furnishings, quilts, blankets, and pillows. What are two ways you think she can use content more front facing to make more money?
Oh man, she's gonna your business with 10x. We live in an era where people are buying more of you and then the product. They buying the product second. They buying you first and then the product. Imagine you're going viral because you're walking in showing people your product and your services or your day to day, maybe a little bit of your struggle, this and that. They fall in love with you. You already closed the deal already. Because of course you're already making a lot of money now with the infrastructure you have. So now you're putting organic eyes on you. Now you're already converting a client. You're allowing the client to say yes before you even meet them. To do that. So you have to understand that we live in an era right now. Like next year's time, it's going to be another social media platform. Then another. Think about how streaming took off. Now streaming is like how people like think about Adrian Broder, the boxer. He went from being broke to now he's a millionaire because he does what? He just sits behind the camera and act a fool.
Right.
People are glued to their phone. So let them be glued to the phone and look at what you do, what you have to offer. So I would just say, you make a lot of money, but do you want to make much more money? If you do want to make more money, much more money, definitely stop hiding and tell people what you do. Because what's happening is that now you're gonna get so much of a bandwidth, so much stuff coming in. You're gonna have to develop a bigger system and more a bigger team. It's going to require you now to be more hands off for you to produce the revenue that you need to produce because you can't handle all of it by yourself. So I would just say yes, go all in. To let people know, grab their phone, wake up in the morning, shoot that video, let them know what you're doing, be you, let them know how you can help them, and it's definitely going to change every avenue of your life, financially, spiritually, and mentally.
Hey, so Textile Queen, there you go. There you go. You got some info and some value on the mindset side, and you got some info and some value on the monetization side. So our question
And
to you,
I want,
oh, you
I
got,
wanted
okay, got a
to
little
give
bonus. Go ahead.
I want, I want to give a bonus about the discipline aspect of it, because of course, me as a mindset coach, and this is not talking at you, it's talking with you. Sometimes we're not disciplined because our why is not strong enough, or you're not connected to your why. When I say that, that means what pushes you to do what you do. What's the reason why you do what you do? Who's dependent on you? What's the total vision? Because if you don't do certain things, you can't reach that vision, or you're letting somebody down, or you're letting yourself down. So what I had to do, there's days I don't feel this. Like this morning, I didn't feel like going to the gym. I was sore, because I was sick. But I knew if I really want the physique that I want, I still got to show up.
Right.
There's a call I did this morning. Yeah, I had to do the call. That I wanted to be like, hey, maybe I take this day off to do X, Y, and Z. But by me going up on the call and showing out and showing up, 2 people, want to now join my program because I was disciplined enough to do it. So, motivation is good, but discipline is what's going to take you to the next level in life. And that's just doing things on days you don't feel like doing the thing you want to do, and then you do it, and then you sit back and like, man, I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I fully went through with that, because once you complete that task and you actually stay disciplined on doing that, you're going to realize how it's going to push you to be even more disciplined, because now you can see the outcome
Right.
clearly, because you actually stayed on course and you did the thing that you were struggling with, saying that you wasn't going to do it. But now by you doing it, you sit back and be like, man. So now you're saying to yourself, if I don't do it, I know I know what I'm not going to get. But if I do it, I know what I'm going to get. And that's what you gotta hone in on. What are you not getting by you not doing it, and what are you are achieving by you doing what you're doing? So I just want to give a little bonus on that one.
No, that's good. That's good. Listen, Textile Queen, you definitely got your money's worth on that, for sure. So hopefully you can take some value from that. She says thank you. So hopefully, yeah, you could take some value from that, and then you could kind of like, move the perfectionist out the way a little bit, you know what I'm saying, to step into who you truly are. And then let me ask you this question. What city are you in? What she said this was helpful. What city are you in? Textile Queen. Drop it in the chat. Let us know. Let us know what city you're in. Shout out to Bishop. Shout out to Power Talk on giving such valuable responses. Oh, she's in Boston. That's where I'm from. So yeah, congratulations. Thank you so much for pulling up to the live stream, to the Imperfect Action Show. Hey, listen, if you are free November 7th, definitely feel free to pull up to Miami. We're gonna be in person. You can come to the event. You'll definitely learn a lot in person. So if that's important to you, Power Talk, tell her where she needs to go. I'll drop it in the chat.
Yeah, just if you're still on here and you live in Boston and you really want to come to my event, November 7th in Miami, I will give you a ticket. You just gotta get down there.
Oh, look at that.
Just send me a DM.
That's crazy.
So you've been locked in on it. For you to be locked in on this right now, if you really want to come to the event, you want to be a better communicator, you want to work on that discipline, you want to be around like-minded people, come down to, you ain't going to be in Miami also, too, compared to Boston. I think that's a no-brainer. But I just want to
especially in November.
You definitely want, especially in November. In Boston, you would like to get away. So if you do want to get away, my social media is David Power Talk. Just send me a DM, say, hey, I was on the podcast. I asked the questions. I would love to come to Miami November 7th, and I'll get you a ticket.
So I just dropped in.
Also, too, if you do come to the event as well, all you gotta do is just follow me at Marvel Bishop, and I'll give you a free media interview.
Damn! See, that's the power of showing up. That's the power of being in the virtual room. So at Textile Queen, I just dropped inside of the chat DM at David Power Talk for your Miami ticket November 7th. You can pull up. All you got to do is catch your flight, get your hotel or your Airbnb for the night. And then also, if you DM at Marvel Bishop, he was gracious enough to say that he will do a mini interview with you about who you are, what you do, and the value that you provide with with your textiles, your interior design. So hopefully you'll take advantage of this, and you're still watching this live. You could just DM at David Power Talk and at Marvel Bishop, and they'll definitely follow up with you. See, this is why this show is designed. This is what we're talking about right here. You know what I'm saying? And it just goes back to what you guys were talking about, the power of being in the room, and this is a virtual room right now. So
right, exactly. But this is also a testament on why you gotta do new things and you gotta have a growth mindset. Because you could have just said, I'm just gonna go live on my TikTok, Instagram. That's it. I ain't gonna do all this live streaming. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when you keep having a growth mindset, doors like this open up, and that's what people gotta understand. This is something we all can do if we just have a growth mindset. But we gotta learn from others and say, oh man, if they're doing this, I could do it too, to help you out on your platform. So
yeah,
kudos to Brendan Boyd.
100%, man. I appreciate you guys both. Listen, if you guys are watching the stream right now, there's a QR code on the stream. If you want to hit that QR code, we're doing a virtual event in about 2 weeks. I'm going to be breaking down how you guys could monetize events, but we're really going to be breaking down the free event design. How do you make 10 to 20K from a free event? I'm going to be giving you all that game. All you got to do is pull your phone out, hit that QR code, or screenshot that, and then do the QR code later. She says, I want to pitch my work to Macy's. Well, I mean, that sounds amazing. Let's get to it. That textile queen says she wanted to pitch her work to Macy's. So listen, come show up to the room. Listen, guys, 305-848-7377, 305-848-7377. You know my slogan on the show, dreams don't work unless you do. Appreciate you guys for tapping in to the live stream. We will be back on tonight, probably for another one. So if you guys want to call in, you got more questions, got more things that you want to get worked out live, feel free to stay locked into the Instagram or the YouTube. So Bishop, appreciate you pulling up. Power Talk, appreciate you pulling up as well. I'll get with you guys soon.
No doubt.
You guys are locked into another episode of the Imperfect Action Show. Appreciate you guys. See you on the next one.
No doubt.